You think you're looking at a blank wall. You think the silence is empty. You are wrong. You are standing at the gates of a fortress. The Taurus mystery isn't an accident. It is a highly sophisticated security system. They call it stubbornness. That's a lazy word. What you are seeing is an immovable object in a world that never stops shaking. She doesn't hide because she's afraid. She hides because the interior is too valuable for public viewing. Mystery is her filter. It keeps the noise out. It keeps the cheap energy away. You want to know what's behind the wall? Stop talking. Start sensing. This isn't a puzzle to be solved. It's a garden to be watered. But be warned, the silence isn't passive. It's observing you. Rush the process and you'll find the labyrinth has no exit. Force the door and you'll break your hand against the vault. The Taurus mystery is a test of endurance. Only the patient are allowed inside. And what's inside? That is the secret we are about to decode. To understand the mystery, you have to stop thinking in words. She doesn't speak in sentences. She speaks in frequencies. People call it materialism. That's an amateur diagnosis. It's not about possessing the object. It's about feeling the soul inside the object. To a Taurus, texture is a language. Comfort isn't a luxury. It's a strategy for survival. She filters the world through her senses. If it smells like chaos, it gets deleted. If it tastes like authenticity, it gets archived. This is why she seems slow. She isn't stalling. She is appraising. She can spot a fake from a mile away. Artificial flowers do not survive in her garden. Her mystery is rooted in the ground. While others float on ideas, she is anchored in reality. Stability is her currency. If you cannot offer solid ground, you are a bad investment. And once she invests, she creates a sanctuary that is impossible to leave. It's a sensory trap, a velvet cage. Why would you ever want to go back to the cold? This is the secret. She isn't mysterious because she's hiding nothing. She's mysterious because she's hiding everything that matters. But to access the vault, you have to pass the loyalty test. And that is where most people fail. The Taurus mystery is a labyrinth. Getting in is the hardest thing you will ever do. The walls shift to block the unworthy. She doesn't test you with questions. She tests you with silence. She waits to see if you crack. Most people leave. They want the easy entry. They want the unlocked door. Taurus lets them leave. But for the few who stay, for the ones who prove they are solid, the walls come down. Once you are in, you are family. You are protected by the same iron that kept you out. This is the ride or die frequency. She binds her loyalty to you like gold fusing with rock. She becomes the banker of secrets. Your confessions go into a vault that has no key. To the outsider, she is stone. To the insider, she is the softest place on earth. But do not mistake this softness for vulnerability. The garden is built on top of a volcano. Loyalty is a two-way street. If you break the code, the exit is permanent. A Taurus never forgets a betrayal. She archives it. It becomes a fossil in her bedrock. She won't argue. She won't scream. She will simply remove your access. Warning, do not mistake her patience for weakness. That is the fatal error. A Taurus anger isn't a spark. It's geological pressure. She doesn't have outbursts. She has extinction events. When she finally erupts, the landscape is permanently altered. She will burn the bridge, the river under it, and the map that led to it. She doesn't look back at the fire. And after the fire, the Ice Age. The cold shoulder of a Taurus is colder than space. But her power isn't just in destruction, it's instability. You call it stubborn. She calls it being the anchor. In a world of trends and chaos, she is the unmovable object. She doesn't change for the world. She waits. She endures. She knows that eventually the world will circle back to her truth. You can push against her all you want. You will break before she moves. Her conviction is her gravity. She doesn't chase, she attracts. This is the core of the mystery. She isn't playing hard to get, she is hard to earn. And once you earn her, you realize the fortress wasn't a prison. It was a palace. The mystery dissolves, and what remains is the simple, terrifying beauty of nature itself. She is the builder. She doesn't just exist in the world, she terraforms it. She turns empty space into a legacy. She plays the long game. While others are chasing the harvest, she is planting the forest. Her love is a resource. It nurtures whatever it touches. It can turn a ruin into a sanctuary. But remember the duality. She holds the keys to both the Garden of Eden and the frozen wasteland. The choice is yours. Treat her right, and you live in a world where needs are anticipated before they are felt, a utopia of comfort. Betray her, and you are exiled to the other side of the glass, looking in, but never touching. The mystery of the Taurus woman isn't a wall, it's a cocoon, and what emerges is the earth itself. Beautiful, dangerous, necessary. She is the calm before the storm and the rock that survives it. Do not try to solve her. Just appreciate that she lets you exist in her orbit. Taurus, the labyrinth, the vault, the home. Now you know. The question is, are you worthy of the key? We need to talk about her standards. To the untrained eye, she looks like picky. To the expert, she is a curator. She is not interested in more. She is obsessed with better. She filters her reality like a diamond sieve. If she doesn't let you in, don't take it personally. You just didn't pass quality control. She hates chaos. Chaos is cheap. Chaos is messy. She orchestrates her life like a symphony of order. Why buy 10 cheap things when you can own one artifact that lasts forever? That is the Taurus economy. She curates her energy the same way. She doesn't have drama. She deletes drama before it can root. This makes her seem distant. She isn't distant. She is preserving the sanctity of her environment. She creates a velvet rope reality. Only the authentic get past the rope. And what she builds is designed to outlive you. She isn't building for now. She is building for eternity. Her aesthetics are her armor. A beautiful home isn't vanity. It's a fortress against a chaotic world. Do not bring your mess into her museum. She will not clean it up. She will simply evict you. She is the curator of her own soul, and the collection is priceless. Once the walls are down, you witness her true magic. She is not just a protector, she is a generator. She takes your abstract dreams and forces them to become matter. She turns ideas into assets. This is the earth element at work. She is the fertile soil. You plant a seed of hope in her, and she grows you a forest of security. She is the battery of the relationship. When you are empty, she is full. When you float away, she pulls you down to earth. Her love language is provision. She doesn't just say, "I love you." She builds a roof over your head to prove it. She is the ultimate alchemist. She turns the mundane struggle of life into a luxurious ritual. But she requires fuel. If you take from the harvest without watering the soil, the famine will be absolute. She operates on the law of equivalent exchange. You give her stability, she gives you the world. You give her games, she gives you dust. Her mystery is simply a waiting room. She is waiting to see if you are a builder or a thief. If you are a builder, she will hand you the blueprints to a kingdom you couldn't imagine alone. She is the bedrock, the foundation, the start of everything real. So the mystery is solved. It wasn't a mask, it was a shield. It wasn't silence, it was a test. The Taurus woman is the anchor in a drifting world. She is the one that remains when the storm clears. She doesn't just want to be your lover. She wants to be your legacy. She wants to build something that time cannot erase. Embrace the mystery, respect the silence, water the soil, and you will never hunger again. But break the trust, and you will find that the exit door locks from the outside. She is the diamond in the rough. Hard to find, hard to cut, impossible to break. Taurus, the beautiful mystery, the dangerous truth. Welcome home.